It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the rookie out of Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Chiefs have 4-10 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. Third down here. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his left. He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go option to the short side. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering just how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats says 21.8 miles per hour. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run with the third-year man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
This one is caught. It's Moore. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. 7-7, our score after 1. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
On second down, it's Walker. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's Hurts to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Play action. Here's Hurts. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first down, Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To throw once more on second and 10. Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back at their own 17. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the... So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
43.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember
he's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Crossing route catch made by Eskridge. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 22. Here's Walker. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation.
Time here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Get it! Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's caught. Lockett. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 44, Hurts. He completes this to Walker. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. In motion, the tight end. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Hurts. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Mahomes, and the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Down inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Hurts. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from going up by 30. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
He hits his target, Lockett. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jordan Brooks with it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Outright completes it to Jarwin. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. On first down, Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to claw one back. Extra point by Butker is on target, so they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 10. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Hurts throw into the hands of Fant. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. There he goes again. Touchdown. Noah Fant, 50 yards. And the Seahawks are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Hey, 43, 43.
On second and very short, Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really wrong.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. The offense on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
Tigers lock it on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Myers connects on the PAT, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. Runs over it. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point, where we're at in the fourth quarter, with how wide this advantage is, for this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In trouble, and he's taken down. Darrell Taylor in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now it's Lockett. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's George Karlaftis greeting him behind the line with a big stop. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. 23 yards the pickup there. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Let's go now.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as this defense walks off